Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest Simpsons moments.
Marge, do you want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask?
Ah!
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking?
If you should die before you wake. Please, don't hurt me.
For this list, we're looking at eerie moments from The Simpsons that stuck out from all its shenanigans. We're excluding moments from Treehouse of Horror episodes, but you can still expect some spooks and a few spoilers. Did we miss a moment that sent shivers down your spine? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Homer's Chili Hallucinations. This moment starts off silly, but gets surreal real fast. Homer attends a chili cook-off and displays his extreme tolerance for spicy food. Nothing phases him except for Chief Wiggum's chili that's made with Guatemalan insanity peppers.
Wiggy, my chili's getting cold.
After coating his tongue with wax and braving the scorching chili with ease, Homer embarks on a chili-induced trip. Things get weird. We're talking about multiple eyeballs, runny skin, and the sun breaking. The part that frightens most people is when Homer is relieved to find Marge, but then discovers she has no face.
Will you fight fair? I never do this to you. Talk to me!
He runs around her and tries to get her to say something, but she disintegrates into dust. The animation style and wacky visuals leave us dumbfounded with a dash of fear. Number 9. Beware the Babysitter Bandit. What's worse than a bossy babysitter? Bart, Lisa, and Maggie find this out the hard way. The kids are left in the care of Ms. Botts, a babysitter that Homer and Marge find at the last minute.
You must be the babysitter.
Yes, I am Miss Botts.
After watching an episode of America's Most Armed and Dangerous, Bart and Lisa realize that Ms. Botts is really the babysitter bandit.
In a moment, we will show you a picture of the real babysitter bandit, Miss Lucille Botzukowski. Remember, she may be using a clever alias. And should be considered armed and dangerous.
This crafty career criminal shocks the siblings and the audience when she stands beside them with some rope in hand and a threatening look on her face. The frantic chase that follows is just the icing on this creepy cake.
You're a smart young man, Bart. I hope you're smart enough to keep your mouth shut.
He isn't.
Number 8. Close Encounters of the Glowing Kind. You know you're in for something out of this world when you have Leonard Nimoy, Agent Mulder, and Agent Scully in the same episode. After failing a breathalyzer test, Homer decides to walk home drunk.
I guess I'll walk home.
He ends up losing his way and finds himself in the woods in the dead of night. A couple of frights later, courtesy of the Springfield Philharmonic and a diet ad, Homer notices a green glowing light floating behind the trees. The X-Files theme plays on cue, and the light reveals itself to be an extraterrestrial entity. Its blank stare, featureless frame, and soft voice are so off-putting that they make Homer scream out loud. And in the grass.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah!
Number 7. Marge sells a murder house. In this episode, Marge takes a sudden detour and tries to be a realtor. Since Marge is so honest, she finds it difficult to bend the truth enough to sell a possibly haunted mansion.
Forget about that house. That's the murder house.
Oh, I remember. Mrs. Astor was very lucky.
Well, no one expects you to sell that house, but you better sell something.
With the threat of being let go hanging over her, she decides to dupe Ned and his family into buying it.
Is there anything else we should know, Marge?
There's the truth and the truth. If you don't sell a house, you're fired. Fired. Fired.
The enormous guilt about lying to the Flanders family makes her rush to their new home to tell them the truth. She's greeted by the sight of them all on the floor covered in blood. Well, technically it's paint, but for a split second, we were all petrified.
Oh, hi, Marge. Guess we gave you quite a start. We were painting Todd's room red. Pretty messy work. And then we came out here to take a break. Must have dozed off.
Red room. Over there.
Also, Todd's Red Rum reference really sinks in the scares. Number 6. Is Ned Flanders a murderer? The show parodies one of Alfred Hitchcock's classics, Rear Window, in this episode. The sense of suspense translates well even in the animated universe of The Simpsons. Bart breaks his leg trying to pull off a cool pool trick and has to spend most of his summer in his room.
Oh, look, there's Bart. Wave to him.
This is when he starts going stir-crazy while spying on his neighbors. He believes that Ned Flanders has killed his wife and is trying to cover it up.
This can't be what it looks like. There's gotta be some other explanation.
I wish there was some other explanation for this. But there isn't. I'm a murderer.
The tension hits a crescendo when Lisa is stuck in the Flanders home while Ned wanders around with an axe and a grisly look to match.
It's time to put you away. Put you away for good. Oh, what the gumdrops is going on here?
Fortunately, it's not what it seems. Number 5. Trapped with killer robots. This moment takes place when the Simpson family decides to visit Itchy and Scratchy Land instead of a bird sanctuary. Homer and Bart terrorize the costumed employees, but when the robotic attractions of the park start malfunctioning, the tables are turned. This episode has a decent amount of Westworld and Jurassic Park mixed in. We really start to panic when the scorned employees of the park leave them behind as an army of killer robots surround them.
Chopper, we're saved!
Hey, you're the guys who didn't like our capering. When you get to hell, tell them Itchy sent you.
Their hopelessness quickly fades away when the family finds a way to fight back. But seeing the robots armed with weapons slowly inching towards them would make you trust your Alexa a little bit less.
Back, you robot! Nobody ruins my family vacation but me! And maybe the boy!
Number 4. Homer offs his dad. This is a pretty regular episode, but it starts off really dark and sinister, with Homer and Grandpa driving together at night.
Dad, are you sure you're okay to drive at night? It's night! All right, that's it. Pull over.
Things swerve out of control, literally, when Grandpa narrowly misses another car and tumbles down a cliff. Homer gets out of the car just fine, but it looks like his dad is gravely injured and needs immediate medical assistance. Homer is about to dial 911 before Grandpa goes on and on about how his injuries would affect Homer's life.
And while I'm in the hospital, you'll have to visit me every day, and then I'll have to come live with you while I recover. Eventually, I'll die in your home, which will hurt the resale value.
Without skipping a beat, he grabs Abe and smothers him to death. This is all a dream, but the scariest part is that he remarks that it was the most wonderful dream. Pretty cold stuff, Homer.
Dad? Dad? Wake up!
What? Oh, I was having the most wonderful dream.
I always wake up just before the good part.
Number 3. Homer's face melts. It all starts when Bart is done with soccer practice and Homer is supposed to pick him up.
Homer, we're going to my sister's. Remember, pick up Bart.
I'm on my way. What'd you say, Marge?
And he does. Just kidding. He forgets to pick him up, and to make matters worse, it starts raining. Homer struggles to remember what he has to do. He ends up dreaming about picking up Bart too late and finding out that his son has withered away.
What? How? When? Which? Bart!
This pretty ghastly reminder is exactly what Homer needs to connect the dots. Once he finally gets there, Bart stares daggers at his dad. Even an ice cream sundae can't cheer him up. Granted, it did fall on top of him. With bubbling rage within him, Bart imagines Homer's face melting away, complete with milky eyes and exposed flesh.
But let's just say we're both wrong and that'll be that.
Now how about a hug?
Number 2. Lisa's trippy sip. This episode focuses on Marge's sister Selma and how her biological clock is ticking. She wants to be a mother and gets a taste of it by taking Bart and Lisa to Duff Gardens.
We really appreciate you taking the children on such short notice. We'll have fun, won't we, kids?
To get to Duff Gardens, I'd ride with Satan himself.
That's the spirit. See you tonight.
While on the Little Land of Duff ride, the show's take on Disney's It's a Small World ride, Bart dares Lisa to drink the murky water they're riding on. The two annoy Selma so much that she orders Lisa to do it.
Bart, be quiet. Lisa, drink the water.
She drinks a palmful, and this is when the already uncanny ride becomes even weirder. The animatronic people grin from ear to ear, their song gets distorted, and Selma turns into that.
What's wrong? You just put your head right here.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Homer finds a dead body. In what can only be described as a Simpsons series of events, Homer volunteers to be hypnotized, relives a childhood memory, and then doesn't stop screaming for days.
It's a beautiful summer day at the old swimming hole.
Oh my God! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Once his friends and family manage to calm him down, he narrates a traumatic incident that's inspired by Stephen King's Stand By Me. A young Homer had tried to unclog a pipe after diving into an empty quarry, assuming it was full.
Hey, what happened to all the water? There's something blocking it.
Water gushes out, and Homer falls flat on his back with a corpse lying on him. The mix of grimy mud oozing from its eyes, its exposed skull, and the two worms that had made that corpse their home are enough to make us scream for days as well. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.